Everyone, Sarah here, hope you're well. Today I want to look at the real reasons that people alienate one parent. And it's not always what you think. It can be for quite a number of reasons, and I'm sure your case is got its own individual reasons, and it may be many different layers. But whatever the reason, it's not a good enough reason, is it? Let's face it, it's not a valid reason. I've worked as a social worker, I've worked in contact centres where I've had to supervise contact between a parent who has been suspected of sexual abuse. And it's really hard to sit and watch that thinking this person has harmed this. But you have to remember that children still form that attachment. Whether that's a positive or a negative attachment, it is still formed. And it's not easily broken, and nor should it be. Obviously, in child protection cases, children are removed for very significant reasons and because they're at significant risk. But even in those cases, we have to be very, very careful about what is in the best interest of the child. And especially when they get that bit older, it's still a massive wrench for that child. So that's something I really want to hammer home, is that no matter what your child might be saying, your child may be being trained to say that they don't love you anymore, that they don't want you in their lives, that they hate you. That is so not the truth, because children love their parents. It is biological at the very least. It's all part of the bonds that are formed in those early years, and that is not easily distinguished. No child would choose to not have their parent in their lives. Like I say, I've worked in child protection cases where I've seen children who we suspect are being abused. They're still so loving towards their parent. They still want that affection. And I'm sure if you look at Baby P, if you ever met Baby P, then I'm in a very different area, but I'm sure any of those sort of cases, the child wants that love from their parents. They want that connection, no matter how the parent is treating them. They want that, and that's important for you to remember. If you are the parent who's being alienated, remember two things. One, they're not choosing this. They're not choosing to cut you out of their lives. They're not choosing that. They are being manipulated. And for the second reason, the reason they're being manipulated, the reason they're doing it, is because they are so desperate for the love of the narcissist parent, which we know they'll never get because the narcissist is capable of it. But you need to understand that, because you give your love freely and unconditionally to your children. You're a mother, you're a father, and you absolutely 100% unconditionally love your children, and they know that. Deep down they know that you'll always love them no matter what they do. But the narcissist doesn't. The narcissist will have them jumping through hoops. They will have them doing this, that, and the other to prove that they're worthy, which makes me angry just to have to say that. But that's how the narcissist will treat their child. And the child is so desperate for them to love them that they will jump through that hoops, even if that means hurting you, because deep down they know that you still love them, that you will always love them. And so, as hard as that is, and as hard as it is to witness, know that your children do love you and they do want you in their lives. The words that they are speaking are not their own. They are simply doing whatever they need to do to get the love that they need. And so why would a parent do this? It seems to go above and beyond what we would imagine a parent would do. When we think of parents, we think of unconditional love. We think of sacrificing yourself for your child. If you only had enough food to feed one, your child would get it. If you only had enough money to clothe, you will clothe your children. Those are the sorts of things that happen and that parents do. But a narcissist completely doesn't do that. And then any person who deliberately alienates another parent from their lives does not have their child's best interest at heart. So what could be the reasons? Well, it could be jealousy. They could hate the bond that you have with your kids. They could hate the fact that they love them, and they want to destroy that because they're jealous, because they not that they want it. They don't. It's not that they want what you've got, because surely if they wanted it, then they'd model what you do. They'd be affectionate. They'd be loving. They want to destroy what you have. It could be punishment. They deem that you have done something to wrong them, and they know that the best way to hurt you is to hurt your children, and they think that by putting the children out of your life, they're hurting you, and therefore they know that they can get control back over you because you'll do anything to see your children. So they know that they can play puppet master with the kids, and you'll jump through those hoops in the same way your kids jump through hoops, because you love your kids and you want to see them. So it's about regaining that control. It could be to win you back. It could be to lure you back in, because they know that you don't love them. They have no idea how to win you back in a loving way. So they think they'll hurt you. And if you come back for the kids, that's how some people will do it. It could be that they would only had kids with you for monetary reasons, and so now they don't need you anymore. It could be that financially they're better off with you not seeing the children. We know, certainly in this country, our child support is set up in a very twisted way, whereby it actually parents with the least contact, so they're already being punished because they're not seeing enough of their children, but then they have to pay even more in child support because they're not seeing as much of them. So it's a very twisted system. And whilst I don't say that I think everyone should provide financially for their children, it seems that the system is set up to reward parents who stop and limit the contact, because if they were to allow overnight stays, they would have their child support cut and all of those things. So there are lots and lots of different reasons, and I may not have mentioned your particular reason. If not, please do let me know. But ultimately, the main reason is that they hate you more than they love their kids. And that is the bottom line. Whatever the other reason is, whatever the argument is, or whatever the presenting reason is, underlying it all is the fact that they hate you and want to see you suffer more than they want to see their kids be happy, and more than they love their own kids. And that is the sad truth of it. So I hope you found that helpful. Like I say, if you have your own reasons, do give me a shout. Let me know what they are. It's a very lonely place. When you're being alienated out of your children's life, sometimes your children are the only thing you've got, the only comfort you have. The only love you have in your life is the love you and your children share. And when someone is pushing them away from you, you are left to feel incredibly lonely, incredibly isolated. And I feel for you, and I want to help you. And so please do. This is not just a random statement. I genuinely mean it. If you need to talk, please do reach out to me. I'm not necessarily going to be able to respond straight away, but I will respond as soon as I am able to, and I will give you time. And I really do want to be there to, even if it's just to listen. If you just want to rant about it, that's fine. If I can help in any way, I will offer you my advice. But please do. You can either book an appointment, or if you want, you can just contact me. The telephone number is on my fan page. So don't dismiss this. If you are struggling, if you are feeling lonely, do reach out to me. You need a team on your side when you're dealing with a narcissist, and I want to be in your corner. So hopefully speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.